Hey, how's it going, folks? The name's Steffi, and welcome back to another episode of my solo playthrough of 4 Against the Darkness. Okay, right, so in the last episode, our party, which is consisting of Michael Drakewood, our dwarf, Tilly Bramblefoot, the halfling, Goran Thunderground, the barbarian, and Adriga Cavebrand as another dwarf. So yeah, so there's Mangel, there's Adriga, Tilly, and Goran. So, in the last episode, we started the dungeon, and we found quite the horde already. We found two magic items, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe. We got a Wand of Sleep, and we found a magic slashing hand weapon. No, I did... Okay, so yeah, I said in the last episode that I was going to change what this weapon was going to be, but in my opinion, what I'm going to do is this. I'm actually going to wait till we get back to town to identify what it is. I mean, the guy can use it, but we don't know what it is until we find out. So I think we're going to do a little bit of role play with that, I think, to be honest. But I don't think he's going to be using it yet. Maybe he's untrained in using it. Maybe he's not sure how to use it. You know, just a little bit of a story to some degree. If you're wondering, the letters are basically what weapon they're using. So yeah, so we came up to here, and now we've completely... Oh, yeah, that's right. I said that I was going to do a roll to determine if they're going to search this room, because this is where we fought an Iron Eater, which we got kind of lucky, to be honest. And yeah, we're going to see if we find anything else here. So let's start things off with an oracle roll to determine if the party is going to search this room. So as a reminder, I like to make these solo plays a little bit semi-autonomous, so I do things which is called oracle rolls. This is basically a yes/no answer, basically. So 1 to 9 is no, 10 is a reroll, and 11 to 20 is S. So let's see what they do. Do the party investigate the room? 8, they do not. Okay, so basically at this point in time, the party's like, nah, we got what we need, let's get here. So they're going to come back from 35 to 31. So now what we need to do, however, is we need to do a wandering monster check. Now, if I remember correctly, we need to go back to the PDF because I need to see... what's it called? Let's go here. Okay, yeah. So we need to roll a d6 for every room or corridor on a wandering monster's attack. Okay, right. So basically, because we're coming back into room 31 here, trying to get 62, we need to do a d6 to determine what is here. 6. Okay, we're clear. So yeah, so we get back to room 31, and then we get back to the corridor of room 36. Pardon me, 62. No wandering monster. Okay. Now, we have two other options we can go. The party can move straight forward up that way, to northwards, or they can go east or go back south. So let's do D3. 1 to go that way, 2 this way, 3 that way. So let's have a look. Let's see what they do. D3. Okay, 1. Okay, so they're heading straight up here then. Okay then, right, cool. So now what we need to do is we need to go and get ourselves a new room. So let's go to the entrance rooms. Okay, so we need to roll 2 6s. See what they are. Okay, so we got 5 and 5. Okay, so room 55 then, yeah? Yep, room 55, which is... Room 55, which is corridor. Oh, corridor hidden to the right. Interesting. Okay, right, so we now into room 55. So like anything else, we need to do a room's contents table check. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky again. Alright, so let's roll d12. So let's see, was it 2d6? 2d6 what it is. Let's roll 2d6. Let's see what we got. 10. Okay, 10 is... Does sound good, 10. Okay, 10 if corridor empty, otherwise roll the weird monsters table. Okay, so it's empty because it's a corridor. That is close. I mean, to be fair though, I'm reminded of a weird monster because that would make us getting another level up. Speaking of which, is Advocate still the only one that's level 2, or we got Goran? Oh no, Goran got level 2 because of his killing the Iron Eater, I believe. I believe he went nuts on the Iron Eater, I think, so that's how he got it. Okay then, right, so we're getting to here then. Okay, so now we have a choice. We either go northwards through this room, or we can take east down the corridor. We're going... Okay, we're going up into the next room then. Interesting. Okay, then, right, let's do the same thing as we did before. 2 6s, 5 and 6 this time. Gives us room 56, which is this. Oh, actually, that kind of connects quite nicely, actually. This dungeon is actually getting kind of big, isn't it? Yeah, it's a lot bigger than the last time. Well, at least we've got a, at least we've got more of a place to explore this time. Of course, though, we gotta be careful because we don't know if we're gonna run into an ender boss or not. Let me just bring this slightly forward. There we go. Okay, so now they come into room D6. Okay, also as well, we need to get to the room content table. Okay. Yeah, right. 2d6, let's see what we've got. 3. Okay, I don't think we've got 3 before. So 3 is a treasure protected by trap. Okay. Roll on the traps table and the treasure table. Okay, so we need to find the traps table now. So the traps table, I don't remember where the traps table is. I'll find it. Found it. Right. So first of all, let's roll what trap it is. And then from there we can have a look and see what it's all about then. So let's have a look. So our trap is going to be a 5. Okay. Trap is a 5. Which according to this is spears come out from a wall. Level 5 attacks 2 random characters. Okay. Now the problem is we actually don't have a rogue in the party, so this is non-thingy. Okay, spears. They're activated by the first character walking past them and attack 2 random members of the party. A character failing his defense roll loses 1 life. Okay, right, so we need to roll a defense roll and we need to beat a 5. Okay, and it has to be 2 random people. Okay then, right, before anything else, let's do a d4 to determine who's getting targeted. So d4, that's 3 and 4. So that's going to be Tilly and Miguel. So the 2 spears trigger as soon as the 2 last people come through. So if they get hit, they lose a life. Alright, so Tilly's on a defense roll of a 0, so she needs to make it just a... She needs to try and clear a 5. She doesn't, that's a critical failure. Miguel is d6 plus 2. He misses as well. He fails. So both of them. Get speared into the side or into the leg, whatever, and each lose 1 life. So Tilly's on 3 and Miguel's on 5. That is not good. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. I caught them by surprise. A big style. It really did. Okay, now we need to roll on the treasure table. At least we get treasure out of this. He says. Okay, so treasure table. Alright. So obviously in the middle is a big patch of gold, or whatever it is. Say d6. 1. That's just 6 gold pieces. 6 gold pieces for 2 spear attacks. Not worth it, is it? Okay, so yeah, so they found a small patch of 4 gold. Let's do a d4 to determine who that's going to go to. 3. Tilly. Alright, so Tilly's going to get the gold then. Alright. Maybe she sees... Actually, maybe that's it. Maybe she sees the gold in the middle of the room. Let's say the guy's into here. Forum and Adriga kind of like maybe over here and over here checking to make sure the room's clear. Tilly finds a gold bag in the middle. She runs to it. Miguel doesn't... You know, maybe Miguel tries to stop her from grabbing it in case she triggers a trap. She did. And both then get attacked. So maybe that's the story behind that. But she gets 4 pieces of gold, I think. Yeah. No? 3? 4. 4. Yeah, she gets 4 gold. So that's going to go from 8 to 12. Okay. Goes from 8 to 12 then. Perfect. Right then. Well, both taking a little bit of damage, so that's not good. Okay, now, right. So, let's do a... Okay, let's do a D3 to determine direction. So, so we can go 1, 2, and back the way. If you want to go back the way, check out the other way. Let's see. We'll see what happens. 1. Okay, so they're going to go to the left then. Okay, so yep. So they're going to go to the left. Okay, let's do this again then. So 2 6s. That's a 6 and a 5, so 65. Okay, 65, room 65. See if it's a dead end or not. 65 is another corridor. Bloody hell. It's corridor after corridor after corridor, isn't it? It's quite a an interesting dungeon up to now. It really is. So if anyone who's tuning in is just wondering how I'm playing this or what I'm using a program called Paint 3D. Basically, it's a Windows. So let's flip it actually, just make it a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, it's a Windows application. Unfortunately, it's no longer on the App Store if you're using Windows 11, but I've kept it from Windows 10. It's my go-to for my solo playthroughs and for other things. So yes, that's what I use. Okay then, right. So, I keep forgetting to do an investigation check, don't I? I do. I keep forgetting to do investigation check. I'll do it in a second if I decide to. Whatever. Right. So yeah. So basically, it's a good program. I think there is some websites that's hosting the application if you want to download it. But yeah, just find it. It's a good one. All right. 2d6, 9. Okay then. So we got 9, which is empty. Okay, so just empty corridor. Right. So. Do the party do an investigation check in the room? They do. Okay, right. So because they do, okay, let me see if I can get the thing right. Part 53, if I can remember what it is. Searching rooms, here we go. Right, so let's do a d6 to determine what it is. Let's do a d6. 2. Okay, so it's empty then. Right, completely empty. No problem. Okay, now we need to decide if they go forward or go back. Let's do a D2. Okay, so they carry on going forward. God, these guys are brave. Braver than me, I'll tell you that much. Okay, then. Right, so go back to here. And then let's do another D6. D6, 36. And then we go back to the entrance rooms. Oh yeah, pretty quiet up today. No fights or anything. 36, another corridor. Jesus. This is mental. Very mental. This one big dungeon. Hope to God it's not going to give us any trouble as we work our way back. Oh yeah, sorry. That's the way to put it. Okay, right. Let's do a 2d6 to determine the table. 4. Okay, we've gone to the table. So 4 is corridor. Empty, otherwise roll on the special events table. Nice. Okay, so we do have a little bit of action now. Okay, so we have a choice of 3 to 6 different things. We've got Ghost, Wandering Monsters, Lady in White, Trap, Wandering Healer, and a Wandering Alchemist. Alright, let's see what event we got. 6. Ooh. Ooh, nice. So we got a Wandering Alchemist. You meet a Wandering Alchemist. He will sell you 1 potion of healing per party member, 50 gold pieces each, or a single dose of blade poison, 30 pieces each, sorry. The potion of healing will heal all lost life points to a single character and can be swallowed at any moment during the game as a free action. The blade poison lets you envenom a single arrow or slashing weapon, not a crushing. The weapon will have a +1 on the attack against the first enemy fight. Poison will not work on undead monsters, demons, blobs, automations, or living statues. You can meet a Wandering Alchemist only once per game. If you meet him again, treat this result as a trap. Okay. Okay, actually it's a pretty cool room to get him in as well. So, looking at the party members' gold at a minute. So, Adriga is on 21. Gorham is on 1 GP. Tilly's on 12 and Miguel's 14. No, technically 14, 12, 16. They don't have enough for that. But if they pool the money together, they do have enough for a blade poison. And it works in the first enemy they come across and then it stops. So, let's do an oracle roll. So, does the party pool their gold together to get 1 dose of blade poison? They don't. Okay, so basically they don't. So basically they say to the alchemist, you know, good to meet you. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money to buy a potion, but none of us have enough money to buy blade poison and we're not interested. So with that, they probably say, okay, thank you very much. You know, well, I'm here if you ever need me again. I'll see you again soon. Okay, so basically, sweet. So, and then here. Okay, now we'll do another oracle roll to determine, does the party investigate the room? They do. Okay, I'll do a d6. 6. Okay, so they found a treasure, I believe. That's what it is. I'll have a look. Let's go to... in treasure compilation. Yep, clue, secret door, or hidden treasure. Okay. See, the problem is, though, they don't really explain, like... I know it says, like, clue, secret door, or hidden treasure, but they don't really say... oh! When searching, you're searching rolls a -1. Okay, oh, that... Okay, that would have changed things, because that room that we... Okay, I didn't realize when reading that properly. Okay, so that first time that we randomized, sorry, that we investigated, that was a 2, I believe. So -1, we would have got Wandering Monster Attack. I didn't read that, I didn't read it at -1. So with the 6 and the -1, we still would have got us clue, secret door, hidden treasure. Now, is there anything that says... there's anything that says... 100%. Hidden treasure clues. I guess it doesn't make a difference, really. I guess it just depends how you feel, really. Because it does say clue, secret door, or hidden treasure. So let's roll a d3. Let's see what it is. d3. Okay, 2. So it's a hidden door then. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, secret door. You found a secret door or passage. Okay, let me just make sure I've got the right... Yes, I do have the right thing up. Good. Okay, so you find a secret door or passage. Draw a door on one side of the current room or corridor and roll another random rune that connects with it. You must spy in the room and determine its content before stepping into it, and you may decide to leave it alone if the danger seems too much for the party. If you find any treasure behind the secret door, its gold piece value is doubled. If you decide to enter the secret room, any monsters in the room will be surprised. Reduce the level by 1 if the first turn of combat is during combat. When you find a secret door, roll 6. On a 6, congratulations, you found a safe shortcut out of the dungeon. You can exit the dungeon by this room at any time. Okay, let's roll a d6 and let's see if we have it or not. Nope. Okay, so this is not a secret. This is not a secret exit. Okay, right. So obviously, I'm going to say that the secret door is right here. Okay, then. So because we do that, yeah, it's right here. This is the room. This is the secret door right here. Okay, right. So if that's the case, then let's roll the room. So it's a d6, 1 and 1. Oh, 11. Okay. 3 nat 1s at the same time. Ooh, so glad I'm not playing D&D right now. Okay, let's go to the entrance rooms. So 11, which is another corridor. Interesting. Okay, now, how do I want to put... Okay, so how do I want to put this corridor? Right, okay, so we are back for another session. Well, in the same video, but it's been about a week between the 2 different sessions, so we did find a secret room. Now, actually, there was a couple of things I need to address. Just like the hobbits, or the halflings, sorry. Completely forgot about the things about the dwarves. So, for example, let's kick this out and let's bring the dwarf PDF up. So yeah, so dwarves are extremely attached to their gold. A party with 2 or more dwarves may not bribe monsters. I completely forgot about that. So because we've got 2 dwarves, we can't bribe. So even if we do a reaction roll and it comes to bribes, probably we're gonna have to either re-roll or attack. And whenever we find treasure that we can split, it's just coin. We must always assign at least 1 coin to every dwarf in the party. So this means that I think that bag of 4 gold that we found on Tilly actually now has to become 10. And then we need to give Malgel and Adriga one gold each. I completely forgot about that. Honestly, I cannot believe that. Honestly, can't believe that. Can't believe whatsoever. Okay, right. So let's carry on. So now that we've addressed that, so let's carry on. So we went through a secret room through room 36, and we have 2 different doors. So let's have a look and see which door we're going to go into. So number 1 is the one on the left, and number 2 is the one at the back. So I apologize, my microphone. Okay, D2, right. So the party is going to come up to here through the secret room. Oh wait, no, because we got the secret room. Hold on. I'm doing things out of order. It's the problem about recording in between days. We need to do a room generation. And I believe I haven't done the room generation yet, have I? I have not. So let me just do that quickly. I can't believe I forgot to do the room contents table. Oh, highly professional. Alright, 2d6. Let's have a look. 8. Alright, so let's see what 8 says. So 8 is if corridor empty, otherwise roll on the minions table, and because it is a corridor, it's empty. Okay, perfect. That is that's pretty good. So yeah, so it's completely empty. That's a good question. Do the party want to search? Let's have a look. No, they don't want to search. Okay, so I just want to go straight in and straight to the back. Okay, so I'm going to come down this way and through here then. Okay then. I'll tell you something, up to now, as I mentioned in I think in the last episode or first half of this, that we're doing extremely well so far. Like, very extremely well for the second one. Okay, right. Let's do entrance rooms. Right, so we need to roll 2 6s. So our next room is 33. But yeah, this is becoming a very big dungeon. Okay, 33 is another corridor. Okay, interesting. Got 33. And because it's a doorway, I'm going to say that the doorways, I really get a picture perfect door, but that's the best I can do. About there. Okay, so they can come into here. Like so. Okay, right. Let's go back to the room generation table. Let's roll another 2d6. So we can... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Do it this way. Sorry about that. 4. Okay, 5. Okay. Right. Room contents table 5. Empty, but roll in the special feature table. Nice. Okay, this could be useful. Alright, let's do a d6 for the special features. Get a 6. Okay, what does that do? For a 6, we've got a puzzle room. Okay. Puzzle room. The room contains a puzzle box. Its level is a d6. You may leave it alone or try to solve it. For every failed attempt, the character trying to solve it loses 1 life. Wizards and rogues add the level to their puzzle solving roll. If the puzzle is solved, the box opens, make a treasure chest to determine its contents. Okay. So we found, so obviously we'll go in and there's a pedestal with a treasure box. Okay. So does the party attempt the box? They do. Okay, right. So because we've got 4 members, I think, well, we'll see. Let's leave it up to the rules, shall we? Okay, how many party members attempt the box? All 4 of them. So all 4 of them attempt the box. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We'll do it all once, right? So it's a d6. So the level of the puzzle box is 5. Right. So hold on. Let me go to let me see if I can find puzzles. Secret door. Use traps. What would it be under? It just says a puzzle solving roll. So is it just a d6 and then just add the level? I think it is just a d6 actually, I think. Okay, so if they fail, they lose 1 life. Okay, so obviously everyone wants to attempt it. Right, let's start with Miguel. So because we don't have any wizards or rogues in the party, we're just adding a straight d6. Okay, so Miguel fail. Tilly. Tilly fails. Gorum. Gorum fails. Adrica. Wow. Wow. Okay, that wasn't nice. And because of that, they each lose 1 life. Tilly's on 2, by the way. Okay, Gorm's on 8. And Adrika is on 6. Okay. Right, so obviously they all fail. Can't do anything about it. So they all take like a decent wound. Let's say that it's like a box and there's like spikes, and if they get the combination wrong, they get like pierced, I suppose. Right, so let's ask another question. Does the party reattempt the box? They do. Okay. How many people attempt it? 1. Okay, so 1 person is going to attempt it. 1 going to attempt it again. Okay, which one? Okay, Adrika. So Adrika is like, okay, let me give it 1 more shot. You guys stay your hands. And she gets it. And she gets it. Perfect. Wow, that was interesting. So she gets it. Cool. So yeah, so Adrika has, so obviously seeing the failures of the party members that she does, she goes up, she has to fiddle around with it. Obviously does an incorrect combination, but is sure of what the combination is this time through the failed attempts before. She gets it, box opens up. So let's see what we got then. So it's a treasure. So it's a treasure roll then, yeah? Nice. Okay, treasure tower. Right, let's have a look. So let's do a d6 to determine what it is. So 1, which means 6 gold pieces found. Huh, I'll have d6 gold pieces. Okay, let's do that. 1 gold piece. Well, 1 dwarf isn't going to be happy. All that for 1 gold piece. Holy crap. You can tell that's fool's gold, can't you? Right, well, out of Adrika and Miguel, who's going to get it? Of course, Adrika's going to get it. Miguel's like, give it here, I want it. But Adrika's like, nope, I'm the one that opened it. Get back, dwarf, it's all mine. Like, fine. So, got 23 gold pieces now. Yeah, I just wrote that in the character sheet. Okay then, right, so, let's carry on then. Right, so obviously, puzzle room. I'm going to say no to the searching. Right, so now they're going to come into this room then. Right, so let's do another... okay, let's do another couple of d6s. Alright, so what room we got next? 2 and 1, so 21. So room 21 is... oh, it's a dead end. A 1 single room. Oh, this looks ominous. This does look ominous. Okay, right, so we go into the room. Now, here's the big question. What is in this room? This room seems very ominous to me. Very, very dangerous. My spider senses are kicking off. Seriously, they really, really are. It's going to be interesting. Have a look. Alright. Let's go back to the room contents table. Let's have a look. So, 2d6. 7. Okay, what is 7? 7 is roll in the minions table. Okay, then cool. So we got ourselves a fight. Minions table. Alright, let's get to the minions table. So, okay, so we have a choice between... oh god. Okay, this looks interesting. This looks very, very interesting. Okay, let's do a d6 and let's determine what we're facing. 4. Okay, we are facing... we're facing d6 plus 1 orcs. Ooh. Okay, so level 4, orcs are afraid of magic and must test morale each time 1 or more is killed by a spell. The spell causes their number to drop below 50%, they will test their morale at -1. They never have magic items in the treasure. Treat any rolled magic as 6d6 times d6 gold pieces instead. Reaction is 1 to 2 bribe, 3 to 5 fight, and 6 to fight to the death. Okay, right, so let's do a little of this then. So let's do a d6 for the dwarf roll to determine if we can do it. So to do this, we need to go back to the dwarf class. Okay. Dwarves can smell gold and jewels. When you meet a monster, if you have a dwarf in your party, roll a d6 and add the dwarf's level and determine it's 6 or better. You may determine the monster's treasure before deciding to attack the monster. Right, so let's do a d6 We're going to do a +1 for Miguel. That's a 7. Nice, so it doesn't need to do it. Right, so we need to determine what treasure they have already. So this could be interesting. Right, so let's go back to the treasure table. And let's see what treasure they have already. D6. 3. Okay, so unfortunately, they haven't got... Oh, wait a minute. Magic items. It did say about magic item though, didn't it? Hold on, let me go back to the news table. Orcs. They never have magic items. But they do have a scroll. Is scroll class a magic item? Because technically we have one random magic item. But we got scroll or random spell. Just for the sake of things, I'm going to say that this is classed as a magic item, which I think it is actually, it's a magic item. So yeah, so basically this needs to be, but saying that though, I mean, going from this, I mean, D6 times D6 gold pieces, they never manages to treat any rolled magic. Oh, treat any rolled magic. Okay, yeah, alright then. Sure. I'm just going from what it says. I mean, if anyone's fought in the orcs and they know the clarification, I'm all ears if anyone wants to chime in the comments below. Okay, what am I doing? Treasure table. Okay, so yeah. 66. Yeah, I guess so. Actually, no, that makes sense. Yeah, 66, I suppose. Right, let's just quickly do 6 times a d6. Can I do this on this? Or is it valid? No. Okay, so d6, 3, and 1. Okay, so it's 3 gold. Alright, so they have 3 gold. So the dwarf knows has 3 gold. Okay, right. So, first of all, we need to determine how many orcs we're facing. So, obviously, going back to the minions table. So it's d6 plus 1. Let's see how many we're facing. d6 plus 1. Oh, we're facing 7. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Okay then, right, so we're facing 7 orcs. Okay, let's roll d20. Did the party attack the orcs? They don't. Okay, so as soon as they go into the room, they see the orcs, and they are confounded, caught off guard, I suppose. Now, because we're not attacking them, what's the reaction for the dwarfs? Oh, hold on. Yeah, what's the action for the orcs? Because we're not attacking them, we've lost our preemptive. Now here's the problem. Because we've got 2 dwarfs in the party, and I'll go back to dwarfs. 2 or more dwarfs may not bribe monsters. So, we're fighting these regardless. But the question is, however, how aggressive are these orcs? So we're going to do a d4. Is it a d4 that we have to roll? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, d4. So, even though this is 1 to 3 to 5 and then 6, no, this is going to be 1 to 3 and a 4 is fight to the death. So 1 to 3 is a normal fight with the chance for them to run away if their numbers become less. And of course, 6 is fight, or 4 is fight to the death in this case. Let's see what they do. 3. Okay, so basically they're gonna fight. Right, so they see us come into the room, and because we hesitate because of the 7 orcs, the orcs get up, shout to them, "You're in our territory," or whatever, and then they attack us. Okay, let's get this started then. Right, okay, so we're going into battle. So, obviously, let's go over the rules for group attacking. I'll show you in a second. Let me go to Center Encounters. Roll C6. Some monsters will attack, so it makes sense to let them have the initiative. As described, some monsters will flee. If you know the monsters will go first, roll D6. So some monsters will always attack, so it makes no sense to let them have the initiative yet. Marching corridors, when do monsters attack? Okay, so after all perform each, it's the monster's turn to attack venues. I just not roll dice. There is something about having more. Okay, in a room with more monsters and characters, each character receives 1 attack. and you roll randomly to distribute the extra attacks. Exception: if the monsters hate one character class, they will always perform extra attacks on that class. Trolls, goblins, and kobolds hate dwarves. Orcs hate elves, and undead hate clerics. So we're not facing any. So basically, we haven't got any elves in our party, which is kind of lucky, I suppose. So yeah, I just wanted to show. So basically, because we got 7 against 4, so it's going to be 1 attack each, and then from there it's going to be randomized to determine who is going to get attacked. So yeah, right. So basically, it's yeah. So it's us. So we're attacking first. So obviously they're going to attack, and we're kind of ready. So we lost the preemptive strike. So now we're going to take the attack. Then. Right. So let's do this then. So obviously we're in basic formation. Right. So Gorham. Right. So Gorham is going to attack first. So his roll is at +2 now. We're not using the slashing hand weapon yet because technically in my world, we need to identify what weapon this is first. So that's like a little rule I thought of. Okay, so I'm going to do a d20 plus... Sorry, not d20. I think I Dungeons & Dragons there. I'm going to do a d6 plus 2. 7. Perfect. So we'll have to beat a 4 for it. And because we rolled a 7, let me just double check that is a 7. Yep. 5 plus 2. Perfect. That guy goes down, so Warnock down. Okay, Adriga's next. So Adriga is a d20 plus 2. Yep, we're not facing any goblins. That's completely fine. So we're going to do a d6 plus 2. Yeah, she gets it. Very nice. So that's another one down. Now, Tilly is going to have to do an action to change her weapon, because right now she's carrying a sling, unfortunately, which is a ranged weapon. Now, I think... Now, there is the long bow and sling rule where basically you can make an attack before combat starts. So she could make an attack if she wanted to. But the way I... should we do that? No, it's too late now. It's too late now. I want to... yeah, next time if I remember we can do it. But no, not this time. Not this time. So... Wait, that contradicts something. Give me 1 second here. That contradicts something. Just 1 second. Something just thought about. Oh, okay. This lets a character perform a single attack before the monsters can act, even if the party members add monsters before the party. Then the bow may no longer be used. Okay, so the sling basically works like that, right? Yeah. But -1. Oh, it's -1 as well. Oh, got 0. That's -1. So that's with counters. If whatever is the final level, this can be monster by attack. Your orders may attack anyone if the monster survives, your turn ends, and the monster turns begin. If you do not attack, oh, so they attack first. If the monster takes you by surprise, but where it does sneaky goblins, they will automatically act first. Roll on the reaction table soon to do. Right. So, as the monsters will flee. If the monster takes you by surprise, they will automatically. Right. So that is in corridors, I believe. So really, okay, yeah. We got the right order. That's fine. Okay. So basically, Tilly obviously can't do anything, so she's going to switch from a sling to her bollock mace. So I'm just going to put the M, so I know what weapon she has, and that's her turn. And then Mango with his sax. Let's see, so it's just going to be a D6 plus 1, excuse me, D6 plus 1. That's an automatic miss. That's an automatic miss. Okay, so that's their turn. So now here comes the rebuttal. The rebuttal, the revenge, the counterattack, should we say. Okay, so 1 attack on Gorham. So Gorham has a defense roll of +2. We need to be a 4. So it's going to be a D6 plus 2. Yep, just makes it. Awesome. Okay, next is Adriga. So she is a D6 plus 2 as well. She succeeds. Okay, good. Now Tilly, now this is the one I'm worried about because Tilly has a defense roll of 0 and she's down to 2 health. But. Oh, wait. Plus level gains. Ooh, hold on. Good thing I spotted that. good thing I spotted that. Let me double check that onto the halfling. Defense rolls against giants, trolls, or ogres. Thought it works for a second, then I thought I was gonna say, ooh, lucky, but no. But we do have a lucky, so if we do end up getting hit, we can do a luck point and we can re-roll. So let's see what she can do. So it's just a d6. She makes it anyway. Oh, wow. She makes it anyway. Perfect. And then the last one is Mangel at a +2. Wow, Tilly, you lucky girl, yeah. And yeah, that's an automatic success anyway. Perfect. And then there's one more orc with random hit who's going to target Mangel again. So let's go with d6 +2. And yeah, he manages to block both attacks. Very nice. Right, going back to Gorham. Let's do a d6 +2. That is that's an explosive 6. So he gets to go again. That's amazing. That is amazing. So he takes yeah, on the right window. Good. So yeah, so he takes another one down. And now we're gonna do another d6 +2 for a second attempt. That's another hit. Perfect. So that's down from 4 to 3. Now before we carry on, because they lost half the numbers, now is the time for the morale check. Because we rolled a normal fight, it means that on half numbers, that's when they do a flee. So for the morale check, so 1 to 3 is a flee, 1 to 3, they get away, 4 to 6, they fight to the end. So, yep, they don't need to. The final 3 decides to throw down the weapons. I don't know, maybe in the formation or whatever, they just managed to just throw down the weapons and they are off ski. They are gone. They're gone. They realize that their hidden little retreat or little hiding place has been rummaged and they are gone. They're just gone, and that's the end of the encounter. Very, very nice. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that actually was very, very scary for a second. That was very scary. Okay, I'm going to say that Tilly goes back to her sling. Honestly, that was scary. And of course, they find the, what was it, the 3 gold, I think? Yeah, it was 3 gold. So, obviously, okay, so let's see who gets the final gold. Adriga, of course, it's Adriga again. Okay, so, of course, because the 3 gold that they find, that is 16 gold pieces for Mangel and 24. I'll clean this up in time. 24 for Adriga. Okay then, right. Okay, what are we recording for? 20 minutes. Do you know what? I think that's a good time to leave it. I think, yeah, I've been recording this long enough now. Not to mention, that's probably about 40 minutes. I want to keep these roughly about 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. Okay, right, so, yeah, so basically, we went through some extra rooms, we found another dungeon, another dead end in a dungeon, was pretty cool. So, now we have some extra ways to go about. We can either come down this way, see what this way is, we can come down this way, there's this direction as well, possibly, or might class that, well, it depends on what room's here, there might be a dead end, I think, but we'll see. There's this room here, there's this direction we can go, there's that direction, that direction, that direction, and even that and that. So yeah, so the dungeon's starting to take form a little bit. We are starting to find some dead ends now. So yeah, so far, that is a Chimera. So far, that is a Chimera, an Eye-Eater, and 7 orcs. Perfect. Not bad. Not bad whatsoever. That's not too bad. That's a good episode. Right, so anyway, my friends, that's going to be it for today's episode. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to join the adventure. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day and hope to see you next time. Take care.